come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Los Angeles Chargers. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They run the toss now with Gibson.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is third and 9. Now Newton. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
On first and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Kenneth Murray, the Chargers' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop.
Brings up second and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Newton now to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Very good as a rookie. Terry McLaurin was even better in 2020. 87 catches for over 1,100 yards. He is definitely wide receiver 1 for the Washington football team.
Now a first down throw for Newton.
That one is slant to McLaurin. 7 yards the pickup there.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. A shotgun snap for Newton.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Steps away to his left. His throw incomplete.
Donald Parham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Adam Humphries deep to return. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
And the Chargers, they didn't blitz a whole lot last year. They only did it about 16% of the time, and that was the fewest of any team in the league. Contrast that with the Ravens, 44% of the time they send extra people at the quarterback. Looks like the Chargers are going to up their percentage in 2021.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And some room to run now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And here's a give to Gibson.
And he's got room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson A 3-yard touchdown run. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From his end zone is K.J. Hill. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. That throw into the arms of Allen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 31, Herbert. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. From the 50, here's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 2nd and very short, Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Austin Eckler got hurt last year and missed 6 games, but still finished with 54 catches, the 5th most by a running back in the NFL. But remember this, 2019, 92 catches. This guy's a definite threat out of the backfield.
Herbert back to the air. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton, 35 yards. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
At the 33-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
A handoff for Gibson.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, Newton. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot.
Trying for Humphreys, but it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10.
Washington 10.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
And this offensive line, as we all remember, allowed 50 sacks last year. Tied for the 2nd most in the NFL. They vowed new techniques, a few new players, but so far, not quite getting it done.
Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Out of the gun, Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Newton on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it.
Rush in, rush in. Hey, hey. Back, back. Kill. Hey, check 24, 24. Gun.
They snap it to Newton. Rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, left side. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Washington 10.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Here's Humphries. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Newton on first down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
Well, that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey! Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And all the way up to the 46. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
First down, Chargers.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down, eluding the pressure right. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Mike Williams, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's Herbert. Flush to his right.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Able to get there and pick it. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they felt like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey! Here we go. Here we go. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, hey. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton.
He'll look downfield for Humphreys, and this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, third quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Back to throw, Newton. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
Here's Newton. And he finds McLaurin. And some room to work. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down and then some. 36 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And his pass incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Newton to throw. Being chased out left. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they enjoy this 4th quarter lead, starting out 1st and 10 now following the missed field goal. They started on the ground with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. A handoff, it's Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Herbert operating from the red zone. They'll roll him out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Washington 13.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On 1st down, Newton. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play, because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now Newton. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
20.
Now it's Newton. Room to run inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Logan Thomas experienced a breakout season last year at the age of 29.
Converted from playing quarterback, he finished third among tight ends with 72 catches, and it certainly looks like his future is awfully bright.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
They'll run with Gibson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 70 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a first down.
20.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Newton. He'll buy some time. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cam Newton, a 3-yard touchdown run. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point good by Hopkins as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
52 is the mark, 52.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Chargers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Washington, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.